Packaging resellers are stuck in the past, clinging to outdated sales techniques. Their profit margins are shrinking faster than a deflated balloon. In today's fast-paced market, innovation is the lifeblood of success, yet packaging resellers continue to rely on old-school methods and techniques. Packaging plays a critical role in the customer experience, no matter what the product is. Food, liquids, beverages, soap, dog food, chemicals. But are resellers keeping up? Let me give you the answer. No, they are not. Today's packaging resellers are ill-equipped for today's sophisticated client and opportunities. Their outdated practices not only hinder their own growth, but harm their businesses and the businesses relying on their services. Now imagine a world where every package delivered is a missed opportunity for innovation. You don't have to imagine it, folks. This is the world we're living in right now. Let's put this all together here. Packaging resellers are failing miserably for a number of critical reasons. First and number one, their lack of sales training. Packaging resellers have very little sales training whatsoever. My point with this is that companies have not spent or invested in them to go out and learn how to sell. We've got people that are thrown out there to the wolves and they're expected to learn how to sell by just dropping their drawers, if you will, and selling cheaper. I can be cheap, I can be cheaper. No, this has got to stop. If you want to be successful in the packaging sales business, you have to know how to sell. You don't have to be a world beater like you're selling some $1 million product. That's the beauty of the packaging world. It's for regular, relatable people. So be human, but you have to be able to have a conversation and find the decision maker. That's another thing. Sales training will teach you how to focus and find the actual decision maker at a company. That in and of itself is critical to getting started and getting into the packaging space. Now, number two, why they're going to fail is their lack of product knowledge. This too is a big issue when it comes to packaging and packaging success. Many packaging resellers have no clue what their products can do or what their suppliers' products can do. Instead, they're just literally selling out of a catalog, so to speak. They're literally just throwing out the verbiage and they're not looking for problem solving, pain alleviating opportunities. Instead, they're selling commodity items. They're selling what the customer, quote unquote, says they want versus what they need. They're not working to kind of develop a relationship or anything like that. They're basically just an order taker. And that to me is the biggest waste of time. If you want to be in the packaging business and you want to make money and you want to be able to be successful and you want to be able to take your family on vacations and afford great things, this is the perfect market for you. But you're failing miserably because you just aren't taking the time to learn about what you can offer. And if you're not focusing on problem-solving packaging, you're wasting your time. If you think your company is going to be okay with you getting by on 5% sales on stretch wrap and bubble wrap, you're going to have to sell a hell of a lot of it in order to justify your salary, your car, your expenses. So number two is a lack of product knowledge. Now moving on to the next one is the lack of selling savvy. Guys, it's one thing to be competent at selling. That means rapport and talking with a customer, having a conversation, being able to set something up when it comes to getting to know the opportunities, if you will. And then number two is the lack of product knowledge. But selling savvy is absolutely a lost art, and you can learn it. It's not rocket science. Selling savvy is being able to ask questions and then listen. Okay, Mr. Customer, what are you looking for? Why are you looking for it? What have you tried in the past? What isn't working? What has worked? Why isn't And you see where I'm going? Being selling savvy or a savvy salesperson means you're able to kind of work up the opportunity. You're able to decipher what the customer initially asked for. You're able to decipher what offer you have, meaning what opportunities do your suppliers have? Do you have something that'll work? Let's face it, folks, trying to sell something to somebody that doesn't need something, or you're trying to sell them something you have or they don't really need, don't do it. You're a professional. Walk away from an order versus selling something that they don't need. And we've all dealt with people that are just so gullible we could sell them. That's not you. That's not me. Don't do that. You give us all a bad name. But the selling savvy I'm talking about is to be able to look at an opportunity and be able to ask questions to the customer and then listen. Listen. What have you tried? Who's involved in the decision-making process? When do you need it? How many do you need? What does a successful sale look like to you? Meaning, when do you need the stuff to arrive? Do you need all of it tomorrow? Does it have to be in a month? Do you need it packaged a certain way? Now you're kind of figuring out where the opportunities are. This is what I mean by selling savvy. If the customer wants something and they say, I've got to be at 15 cents, but this product has to come on and be banded a certain way and in packs of 100 or whatever. No, you don't. You're not selling it to them for 15 cents. You're going to be able to give them that for 15 cents, but you're going to make money on packaging it and putting it in whatever kit or pack they want. What I'm saying is, if you're able to understand where the hot buttons are for your customer, suddenly you are in the driver's seat. Because a lot of companies will look at a per piece price, but then they'll pay for the value add that you can give to them. Their packs in of 100, or your delivery, digital printing, or no printing chart, whatever it is that you can offer, they will be more than willing. That puts profit in your pocket, and that's what I mean by selling savvy. I hope you like this content. If you want more of it, I put together a Specialized Packaging Alliance, a group of packaging professionals that are in different facets of this industry. We have webinars, we have meetings. The idea is to share information about this great industry of packaging, whether that be from the sales side of things to the marketing, even to the end users. My point with this is I'd love to have you join us, the Specialized Packaging Alliance. Check out the link below to learn more. And then the fourth thing, finally, is the lack of drive and persistence. Today's packaging reseller, I'm sorry, they just lack true down and dirty grit. They're soft. And look, if I'm offending you, I apologize, but the majority of packaging salespeople I've seen, they're soft. They get told no, they don't go back. They put their tail between their legs and leave. They don't have the grit or the drive and the persistence to be able to say, no, this is a Fortune 500 company and they tell me they don't use packaging. That's bullshit. Or they tell me they don't use specialized packaging. That's also bullshit. There's so many things we can do electronically now to investigate a opportunity that we know when somebody is pushing us out the door. We know when the opportunity sits there. And it's up to us to break those doors down ethically, break those doors down and be the right person that gets through. Persistence, drive, grit. That's something that I believe today's packaging reseller is really, really lacking. Now, again, if you want to succeed in the packaging business, you need to rethink how you're doing things. Look, I call this stop selling hot dogs, hoping to get lobster profit margins. Now, again, the world is full of hot dog salespeople. Everybody in this space sells hot dogs, but not you. You want to sell lobster. If you want to make lobster margins and you want to be able to literally make six figures and double six figures and $500,000 a year, you can do it. We need you out here in the packaging business. You can do this, but you can't be selling hot dogs. And you can't be giving out a bunch of free advice. And you can't be running around dropping off a case of tape for somebody because Aunt Betty needs it. We've got to have the integrity to know what we're good at and literally hammer that home. Stop selling hot dogs and thinking you're going to make lobster margins. You can do this better, and you know you can, and it's up to you to understand. Now, the other thing I want to make sure I stress, and I think it's very important, I'm calling out sales managers out there right now. Sales managers, you owe it to your folks to be able to give them and equip them a lot more than what you're doing right now. If your sales folks are calling me, and this is where I go with this, they're just so either pressure or feeling that they have to just come back with any sort of a deal or an opportunity, they're missing out on the big picture here. Meaning, sales managers, it's your job to train them. It's your job to make sure you equip them and get them past this bullshit nonsense of negotiating with a buyer or a clerk. If you don't train your people to deal only with decision makers, only with people with the skin in the game, you're wasting your time. They're wasting their time. It's not going anywhere. I'm going to tell you this right now. Again, you got to find a decision maker. Every company has them. Every company has skin in the game. And it's your job, sales managers, to make sure they understand how to have these conversations, how to ask the questions, how to get past the gatekeeper, how to get past the clerk, and get to a decision maker. That's on you. And we can train this to our salespeople. Now, again, the next piece of this, sales managers, is you need to equip your people with innovative, cutting-edge packaging opportunities or packaging products that are out there for those opportunities. For example, you realize there are materials that are out there right now, biodegradable, compostable, recyclable, eco-friendly, that haven't even been sold in the US market yet, but they're in existence in Australia, in New Zealand, in the UK, and our reps here know nothing about it. Our customers, potential customers, know nothing about it. Why are we not even focusing on these things? In a world where everybody's trying to save money, yes, but help the environment, why aren't we selling something or at least offering something that gives our reps an opportunity to make more margin, get into a business they can't normally get into, or help them out hustle the competition? Innovative, cutting-edge packaging products are out there. This isn't pie in the sky stuff, and it's up to us as sales managers to give it to them. Teach them why it works, why it's so good, why their supplier is so good, why their supplier is better than somebody else. This is all about crafting that message for your reps to be able to go in there, not only out hustle your competition, but club them to death. This is where I go, and it drives me absolutely crazy, folks. We have to be able to out hustle, out negotiate the other competitors, and we can do this. There's plenty of opportunities out there for all of us to be able to get in front of these people and to be able to make margin. So it's up to us, no matter what we do, to give it to them. Now, if you like this information, I try to share as much as I can in free tips, free advice, webinars. Check out the information on our pages and on our links. I'd love to help you in any way, but the point is, you're a packaging reseller. You're a packaging professional. You need to act like it. You need to deliver like it. Does that make sense? I hope so. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you want to see more, here's another video that you can check out, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Thanks.